guys? This is Breaker, and I am back with a replay between a ZVP, no less. And it appears the map that we are on right now would be none other than Neo Planet S. And our Zerg player spawning in the upper right-hand corner in the red trunks. His name is OumaShu. 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 After this, I'll just call him Shu. How about that? Because that last part of his name is legible fairly, I want to say, as I'm pretty positive Shu is a very accurate representation of how to pronounce that last bit of his name. And in the lower left hand corner, spawning is our Protoss in the blue trunks. I've casted him before. His name is Jogginghose. Now I do want to just highlight for a moment that, of course, you know, I mean, Jogginghose, this isn't my first time casting him. He's ranked 26 GM player on the EU server. I do also want to highlight, I feel it's worth mentioning, that Dignitas Dream is top 16 Protoss on the European ladder as well. But the main difference, like all the information that I have on Dignitas Dream, is the substantial difference is that Dignitas Dream is actually a pro player. He is in the UK presently, according to TeamLiquid.net, the Liquipedia page that he has. He is a Chinese national, but here we go. Wow, this is actually a very brave opener that we have from Shu. Actually, he's gone for I think that was a 15 hatch. And he does have an Overlord here, just kind of keeping some protective vision over what's going down over here. Making sure nothing too terribly crazy is going down. And, here we go. Patrolling probe for Epic Micro. And the Cybernetics core going down as standard. Now, I do have a bit of a cold right now, so I do apologize for the extra nerdy sounds that are coming out of my mouth. And I also like this move from Shu as well. He's going, okay, well, I want some map control. So he's going to go ahead and throw down his extractor. And with that, he's going to get some speedlings out particularly early. If not, I'm thinking maybe early lair tech is what we could see. But even that, I'm relatively doubtful of. Natural about to finish up. And it looks like, yeah, we don't have any drones on the way just yet. Excuse me, we don't have any lings on the way just yet. And the Overlord comes down here, sees that the first Zealot is out, and he basically knows that his opponent is not necessarily opting for... Oh no, and this is actually a little bit critical. He doesn't know that his opponent has double gas right now. Do we have any more probes in production? We still do. Do we have any more being queued up? Not at the present. Okay, so the question is just where is Jogginghose going to go from here? Is this... Ah, there it is, the expo that we were waiting for. I thought perhaps, just perhaps, this probe was being pulled for mind games. And a forward pylon as well. Now, I do know that this... I think because we don't have a forge going down, it is likely that we'll see, you know, basically a force... Yeah, we're going to see some force field openers, if you will, with sentries, and that's basically what is the hard counter to speedlings. I want to say that 3 well-placed force fields here can basically block off this entire area, keep a substantial number of Zerglings from getting in, but of course, 2 Zealots, 2 sentries, I don't know how that would fare against a bunch of speedlings that are in production right now. Speaking of, these 2 lings are out and on the way. Oh, but it's only those 2 for now. That's actually a clever move by Shu. He doesn't want to reveal that he's actually, you know, he's exploding his army count right now. He doesn't want to give that away until he has to, and there it is, the have to moment, just as Metabolic Boost is about to finish up. These 2 links come in here, see what's going on, and oh, this is actually quite interesting. We have a Stargate here, but does Shu know about this? He doesn't. He hasn't actually sent that Overlord back over there to check since that Stargate went down. And this is actually something that's trending more and more in ZVP. Alright, so we can see that we have a lot of lings out on the map for Shu. He's droning up behind this. So that clearly means that he's not going for an all-in. He's not trying to kill his opponent right here, right now, in the present condition that he is, because of course he knows he's not going to get in. There's sentries, there's zealots, there's a full SimCity there. But what does he know about this? Zilch. He knows zilch about it. And something that's worth highlighting right now is he went for his third behind this, so it looks like his aim is to macro up for now. And we have a hallucinated Phoenix out and on the way. I'm not quite sure just what the point of that is, considering, I mean, he's got, you know what, I can see some logic to it. It lets him get a Void Ray out faster, but I was going to say, if he's going to do a Stargate opener, why waste the energy on a hallucinated Phoenix? But here we go. He sees everything except for that third. Yes, most critical piece of his info, not yet scouted. Alright, so what's going to happen here? Oh, that was actually kind of interesting. I wasn't expecting to see that. And now we have Phoenixes in production behind this, but we also have a lot of Lings here. I don't know. I think if we see, basically, if we see Shu just go nothing but straight up Ling Baneling, then he might be able to fare somewhat well against his opponent's present army composition, especially if he were to get Burrow and place some Banelings in extremely good positions. We can see that he's aiming for the late game right now already. Why do I say aiming for the late game? Because he's getting +1 Carapace, as well, excuse me, +1 melee, as well as +1 Carapace. Typically, if you're going to go with a Speedling opener to kind of just control the map, I would say it's just okay to go ahead and get +1 Carapace. But Lings doing damage in the early to mid game is actually meant to lead up to Ultralisks in the late game. It also help with Broodlords. But of course, it's, I don't know, with the current meta that we have in ZVP, I very rarely see anyone using Broodlords. Looks like these Lings are going to go back around here and see, oh, yes, why yes, there is an Expo here. And it looks like he didn't make a mistake per se, but he did target down that one probe, and he got the kill on that Nexus. I don't think it, no, it wasn't cancelled. I don't think it was cancelled. I don't want to go back and check, guys. That's just bad quality, but here we go. Oh, now this is actually kind of interesting. Phoenixes come in here, and they see that Shu has actually taken what Jogginghose believes to be is his opponent's third base, but he doesn't have vision of this one just yet, does he? Phoenixes are going to come out here. They're not even aiming to get any Overlord kills, but that is a lot of Lings that is headed out towards the natural and the third. They're going to come in here and they're going to see, uh-oh, the main army for Protoss is right here, and the question is, oh my god, will the army be able to hold against this? Let's look at that surround. It's beautiful. Behind this, we have a lot of Overlords being cranked out. It looks like they will be able to. You know, beautiful surround or not, I mean, we just didn't have enough damage being done here. Just look at this. I mean, sure enough, 2 Zealots close to dying, but, you know, it's not enough to kill, like, the entire 3/4 of 12 Zealots, if you will. Sorry, guys, trying to make some, I don't know, ring to my casting. I guess it didn't really work out in my favor. Phoenix is coming over here trying to get some Overlord kills, but of course, Queen tucked safely underneath them, and the Overlords, one does fall, but Phoenixes, trading a Phoenix for an Overlord is not cost effective, guys, so he pulls them back just in time. Looks like he might have lost one just as we saw that beautiful surround earlier. Observer, kind of keeping an eye out for just what's coming his way, and now we have +2, and, oh, okay, this is reminiscent of the classical Wings of Liberty composition. We also have the counter to this being cranked out right now, that is to say, lots and lots of Colossi. We also have extended thermal lance being researched right now. It's about halfway done. And the third has a beautiful SimCity. Just look at that. We're not going to see any Lings get past that anytime soon. No, not at all. Alright, in the fourth base, we have the Extractor number 7 and Extractor number 8 getting taken. Alright, now I want to say that we see him actually in a bit of a critical position, and by him I mean Shu. He's got to be able to hold his ground for the next few minutes, but with this many Colossi out on the map, 3, just about, almost 3, yes, now 3, just barely 3. It's going to be a tough thing to do. I mean, he's got his Ultralisk Cavern in the makes right now, but he's got to be willing to throw away a good portion of his army just to maybe kill his opponent's third or get into the main and do some damage economically. But of course, with this Zealot just being walled off here. I don't think that's going to quite work out. We don't have a Baneling nest. No, we do not. This hallucinated phoenix is just going to move over here. This little group of lings is basically just there to prevent any kind of expo from going down. There's a hallucinated phoenix going out here as well. And, oh wait, I thought that was a real attack. But now it seems that we actually have Jogginghose perfectly akin to what his opponent is doing. And now he's going with, whoa, what is this? That's a lot of Stargates. That's 3 altogether. So it looks like he's gearing up for the late game as well. You can see that his opponent has a mostly ground-based army that doesn't shoot up. The only exception being Queens and Infestors. And now we have the Ultralisks on the way. You know, OumaShu, he's just... Look at that. Look at that supply. He's already 200-200. If he pushes into this right now, he's going to... I think we're going to see basically Jogginghose in a lot of trouble. Just look at the army supply right now. 115 to how much? And Queens are being pulled with this to actually put the transfuses on the Ultralisks. Look at how many... Oh, and forward evolution chambers. The only thing I can think of is, yes, the Vipers. They will actually be there to let the Vipers use their consume ability. But unfortunately, it looks like all of these units are basically kind of blocking the path of that for now. Meanwhile, we have Lings getting into the main and the natural, wreaking havoc. And we see Jogginghose in a lot of trouble. His supply is climbing. Meanwhile, at the same time that his worker supply is actually going down, his worker count is actually getting substantially lower. Void Ray moving into the main along with these Colossi. One Zergling goes back to the Overmind saying, hey, I managed to tag a Colossus before dying. It looks like these Lings are going to come in and target the third. Oh, but are they going to get it? It looks like they may just do that. And we see Jogginghose in a bit of an uncomfortable position. I think if we were to see Shu really throw away some Lings at the at the natural base, the natural expo, then he would be in just like such a comfortable position. And look at this. This is just brilliant play by Shu. I mean, he's just like, okay, well, let me throw away Lings and get more Ultras. That's exactly what he's doing. He's got Infestors, he's got Vipers. How does he have his hotkeys set up? That's what I want to know. You know, just what are the Vipers put on to? But meanwhile, you know, Jogginghose, he's being just backed into a corner more and more and more. And unfortunately, I don't think this is going to work out. We do have DTs on the way, yes, no doubt. But at the same time, we've got static detection at each base. The only thing we don't have is a spine crawler. So we could see, I don't know, I guess you could call it a drone group hug. Let's see how that works out. But of course, more and more Lings getting thrown away here, there, and everywhere else. But wow, look at this. Stacked chain, fungal growth, prismatic alignment being activated, but not getting a chance to really be used. This is actually going to be pretty nasty. Let's see who prevails over here. We have the Colossi getting abducted into the main army. The Queens, there are so many of them. They're going to have to take down the Void Rays. Fungal growth going down on some of them. And now there's no more Infestor energy left to actually deal with that. But wow, this is actually amazing play. Mass Queen and Ultralisk. We have OumaShu's supply just absolutely towering over that of his opponent, Jogginghose. And now Jogginghose just leaves the game without so much as a GG. Alright guys, so if you liked what you saw here, just go ahead and click on the subscribe button. This has been Breaker. I will see you guys next time.